Hi, this is Srinivas Tamada, founder of Info. Today I'm going to explain about how to do infinite scrolling in Ionic and Angular. So I posted like a lot of articles about Ionic, like how to create a welcome page, and then you can using PHP token, like you can access RESTful APIs, and you can parse the JSON, and then you can insert and delete the data. So this is the continuation of this video, and so this is actually the demo is here. Like once you log in here, and you'll get all the details, like you can update things and you can delete stuff. So this post is like, how to do infinite scrolling. When you scroll down, like you can get some more details, and how to do modifications in RESTful APIs also I'll explain in this video. So let's continue. This is what my the last stop, like this. So this is the home. So here is the entire loop is my feed loop is actually generating here. So I need to implement here. So just I'm going to the infinite scroll. Ionic is providing some documentation. I'm planning to implement this right now. So so there is a small implementation function here. So there is a small function they're calling with the set timeout, and they're pushing into the JSON, and how we can call it in the. So I'm planning to implement with the promise. So let's try to implement this concept. So I'm just copying this and pasting it here before the content. So I'm pasted here. So I need to create this function here. So go to the home, and after the get feed, I'm just creating the function here. So do infinite. So let's see the documentation again. Is there any? Yep. So I'll try to use exactly the same thing. It's actually promise actually it'll give you response and resolve. So I'm just pasting this here. I'm deleting all this stuff because I'm not doing all these things, so I'm just leaving the console. Yeah, here actually I'm making a API call here. So API call for the extra more results. So let's see, is it triggering or not. I'm saving it. Yeah, done. So let's back to the project and see what's happening in the console. So I'm now scrolling down. So if you see this, you'll get some responses, I mean the console things, because it's coming here now. So async operation and then asynchronous process is happening. So it means it's triggering that function whenever you hit back. So they're triggering that function. So we are going to write a API call here. So if you see my API, I'm displaying everything here because my API is giving everything here. So I need to modify the API first, RESTful API. Just go to this. I think you have my Git repository for PHP Slim RESTful API. So I'm just going back and modifying my feed API to give some limited results. Like see, this is what my feed API. Usually what I'm doing is, this is what my, okay, let me open my, so if you see this database, this is what the feed, and this is what all the users. So if you see the feed, I'm just displaying based on the user ID whatever I have. So I'm just printing it here. I mean getting all the results, and I'm just giving the response here. So instead of that, I'm just giving a small limit function here. I mean limit. I'm doing limit. I'm just giving 10 now. So I'm refreshing this page now, and let's see how many records we'll get now. So if you see, I have now only 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I limited my RESTful. Then I'm going to make one more call to get some more results. So like So based on the last created item, because if you see my feed, I'm just it's like created, it's kind of a timestamp. Based on that, I'll pull like from the descending order. So just go here. I have I need to get the last created ID. So I'm just like, last created equal to like data. So I'm just calling like last created. Yeah, if last created is available, I'll change this query with I'm getting the results like less than last created. So what I'm going to do is I'm just writing a small check here. So this comes in the else part, because there is no, when you're once you log in, you're not sending any last created. Once you scroll down, you're picking the last created one and sending back to the server. So the same thing I am changing here, like, and here is a small check, like, and so created, I mean less than and last created. Okay, yeah. So yeah, for this, if you see this one, like there is only one, and here there is two here and there is one. So I'm just modifying this stuff else. This is execute, so I'm changing here, like if this is available, I'm just passing one more thing with last created. So this is last created, same thing I'm using here. This is the last created from here. Yeah, so here I'm binding like, two parameters with like PDO. So instead of integer, I'm changing to string. If you want, you can change it, because I'm back and I'm maintaining as a string, I guess, because I'm not very sure. But anyway, we can change it later. So here is fine, and the same thing here, but here we are not passing any last ID. So based on this, this prepare statement will execute and we'll get the final results. So this part is done right now. So whenever the last created comes here, this will trigger and get based on the, less than last timestamp. So this is done. Just go back to the Angular project. I mean Ionic and Angular project. Yeah, if you see here, I'm not passing the last ID, so we created a new one. So I'm just creating last created. So this is empty. If you want, in the constructor, like, once you got it, like, you can just do it again, like last created is empty. If you want, you have any specific thing, you can do it here. Because I am not passing anything here, so the same thing. Sorry, this comes with user post data, so that's why it's creating it. Yeah, so this is empty initially, so that's why whenever you call post data, the post data is going with empty value. So that's why it triggers the like else statement in the RESTful. So here we need to get the last created ID, and because it's based on this, so we need to set the last created ID here. I mean here, once the loop is completed, and we need to get it from here. So I'm going to write a small check like here, because here you are getting entire data set. So from this data set you can get the last created ID. Yeah, I'm just creating a small kind of variable like data length equal to this dot data length, because here you will get entire data length, how much it will be. It is, for example, it is a 10. We need to get the last one, because sometime you're changing the feed based on your configurations, admin configuration. That's why we need to get the length. We cannot fix anything in the client side. So now I'm going to set this last created ID here. So how we're going to do it is, so this is what the data set. This data set has the created ID. So data set, and then so here like we need to get the last one, like data length minus 1, because if it is a 10 then it will be the ninth one, because the array starts from the zeros, and then dot created. So this is the last created, because once the loop completes it gets here. So let's print here what is actually coming, and like I'm just giving last created. So I'm printing this. We'll see what is the output coming. Let's go back and see the console. Let me refresh this again. So if you see here, there is a last created came here. So this last created I'm sending to the, whenever I scroll here, so I need to trigger here. So if you see in this data set, like this got constructed here. Okay, we are done with the last created ID. So let me use the same authentication post data function and making some more calls. So we are using the same thing and changing few more things here. So here also we're making a same call with the last created ID with the new post data. So here we are getting the response. This is what our response coming here. So, and this is what our main data set. Based on this data set, actually we are actually looping entire feed. This is the data set. So once we got the response, that response we need to push it into this data set. So the same, like I'm creating one constant variable, like new data, so equal to the response feed data. So let me show you that what is the response I'm getting. Like, so I'm just giving like console log, like infinite scroll data. Let me scroll and see. So let me scroll down, and if you see infinite scroll data triggered, and we are getting some more data. And if I scroll again, again some more data is coming. If you see my network calls, here is the header with the last created ID is 989, and if you see here, same thing is going on. So we need to change here as well, like the same thing, because whenever you refresh it you have to change the last created ID. So I'm just copying the same thing and setting up here. Here instead of the data length, I'm just giving the new data dot length. Yes, and this is actually new data. So again we are checking the new data, and new data dot length and -1, and the last created ID we are getting it again. Let me test it again and see what is happening. Sorry, this is not this one, this is actually created here, so it comes directly here. Yep, so now I'm refreshing. Now we'll see the last created ID. So I made a call, so this is with the last 989, and making one more call. If you see, I'm getting 041, so, and this is 476. That way you are actually sending it and we are getting the responses. So now thing is, like whatever we got the response, we need to push with the main data. So there is a small function, it's called data array push. So this is what we need to pass everything here. So before that I'm just writing a small for loop, and like let I equal to 0, and I'm just checking with the new data, because this data only I'm pushing into the previous array. So length, and now I plus plus we are incrementing here. So this dot data set dot push. Now here we are pushing with the new data, so new data with the I. So what happening is it's looping it up and it is pushing to the data set. Let's see what is happening. Scroll down. If you see, some more data came here, and again I'm scrolling down, some more data is coming here. Yeah, so this is how you can do it. Because instead of push, if you want to change the order, you can use unshift instead of like unshift. So this actually just check the thing, like maybe because I'm following the, if you see my feed update, I'm using unshift because you want the previous update at the top. So yeah, I think the push is the right one. So this is not the as appending, or yeah. Yep, so this is what the thing. So yeah, we are done with the scrolling part. We need to write a small check, like, to stop this infinite scrolling, because if you don't have a data, you cannot like trigger the server, like keep on. So that's we're going to implement right now. So let's go back to the code, and we'll see, like I'm writing a small no records thing. Before that, we need to modify the RESTful API as well. Let me see that I'm saving everything and go back. What exactly I'm giving if there is no data? So we need to check. So we need to check what is actually, if there is no data, what exactly I'm sending back. So I'm not sending back anything here. Let me modify my query. So like I'm writing a small if check. If this is present, do this. I mean, else I'm sending empty data. Like something like, so here like I am giving back empty set. So that way, like no data here. So based on this length, we can like modify it. Just go back to the, so make sure you have to configure your APIs properly, because this is just a demo, that's why I'm not showing anything here. If you come to here, like in the infinite scrolling, I'm just checking the feed data. Instead of that, I'm checking the length as well. So if the length is present, you do this, else not no access. Here actually I'm doing like no results. I need to show some no results block or something. So before that, like I'm just creating a small piece of code exactly like the same one. Instead of I'm deleting everything, in the item I'm just giving like no records for the if there is no records here in this data set, we are going to show this. So how we are going to control that? Go back to the home. I'm just creating one public variable, like yeah, public no records with a boolean. So initially this no records will be empty. I mean it will be false. Like this no record, it will be false. So when this making true is, why I'm making false is like so based on this I'm just displaying this like star ng if this is true, show this, else like, because initially it will be like a false, so it will be in a hidden mode. So this is what the no record. So whenever like the infinity scrolling stuff is no results, means the length is empty, I'm just changing the value to true. So that case we are showing the no results block at the last. And the same way I need to block this functionality as well. We should not trigger this. So using the same thing, and instead of like this usually works at false mode, so I'm just giving not this. So if this is true and this became like, not this will be true again. So that way we are stopping this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm scrolling down now, and I'm keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Yeah, see, now we got the no results, and whenever you do some more operations, you'll not get any results. So yeah, that's it. That way you can do it, and if you want, you can improve some more things like the validations and all. I missed it here. Like, you can do some more things. I'll show one small demo with my mobile and how the infinity scroll exactly works. Yeah, using this, I made a small application for my wall script. For the mobile application, I'll show you the demo here. Yeah, so this is what my wall script. So if you say this, I'm accessing from my iPhone. Let me move this somewhere. Okay, let me scroll down, and you will see the infinity scrolling. This is actually connected to the live API, so that's why it's taking a little time, but I need to improve my API. So this way the infinite scrolling works. And I can do commenting, maybe some bugs in this. So yeah, finally you'll get the use no feeds option. Yeah, something wrong here. Okay, so I'm still working on this. This way you can like still working on something, and there's actually like, people can follow or all this concept the same way for notifications as well. You can see no notifications anymore. So this way you can implement this. Maybe if you have any better options, or just suggest me in this video, and thanks a lot for watching my videos.